Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, May 3rd, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 670 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. FDA set to approve Pfizer COVID vaccine for 12-15-year-olds by next week, report. Couple falsely accused of kidnap at Tennessee Hope after California mom gets charged. U.S. Army's next-gen protection system for Hellas cleared for full-rate production. 15-year-old boy, 52-year-old woman fall victims in separate anti-Asian incidents in NYC. Trump hires lawyer to fight Capitol Police officer's lawsuit accusing him of inciting insurrection. Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce after 27 years of marriage. Scott Peterson's sister-in-law says she has evidence that proves there's no scenario of guilt. Kansas legislature overrides Governor Laura Kelly's veto on $94 million tax package. Passengers arrive in U.S. amid disaster in India. Top general says he no longer opposes proposal to change sexual assault prosecutions. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing, The New York Times. Kendrick Perkins disagrees with LeBron James' play in tournament comments The Jump, ESPN. Richard Cordray is now at the center of the debate over student loan debt, The New York Times. Biden raises refugee cap far above Trump's limit, NPR. A massive Chinese rocket accidentally flew into low orbit, may crash down to Earth soon, SF-Gate. The Ingenuity Mars helicopter experiment is about to get more interesting, Gizmodo. Woman gives birth on flight to Hawaii with help of Dr. NICU nurses, ABC News. Ethereum surges to $3,200, making its creator the youngest crypto billionaire, Gizmodo. Everything to know about LA County's Yellow to reopening plan, Eater LA. Apple releases iOS, macOS and watchOS updates to fix WebKit security flaws, Engadget. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Nicole Hannah-Jones responds to Republican efforts to censor 1619 Project. Bill and Melinda Gates announce separation. Top restaurant 11 Madison Park to go meat-free in eco-conscious bid. Biden announces new refugee cap 1 month after backlash. Severe storms spun tornadoes in Mississippi, kill driver in Georgia. Rebel Wilson emotionally shares fertility struggles, I got some bad news. Reverend Al Sharpton demands justice at Andrew Brown Jr. funeral. Halston trailer has Ewan McGregor as 70s fashion icon battling fame, addiction. A sturgeon as big as a pro basketball center reeled in from Detroit River. 55 funny tweets for grammar nerds. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Students create song to thank teachers. Dog stolen in Miami finds way back to family. Special ed teacher shortage worries educators. Society one-ups Mission W Animal Care Center. 3 nurses help deliver baby on plane above ocean. U.S. Air Force soldier goes missing while swimming. Special education teacher gets creative at job site. Mass shooting sends witnesses scrambling. Healthy newborn placed in safe haven baby box. Fire breaks out at warehouse after explosion. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Meet the man now at the center of the debate over student debt. Deaths mount at an Indian hospital after oxygen runs out. How Chuck Schumer plans to win over Trump voters. Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing after 27 years of marriage. How the no-knead bread recipe changed baking. Those we've lost to the coronavirus. New York, vaccines, refugees, your Monday evening briefing. Joe Biden was no one's idea of a historic figure. Can Pete Buttigieg deliver Joe Manchin? LA Times names Kevin Merida executive editor. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Germany cancels Oktoberfest for second year over virus fears. Fifth graders tell the Bidens virtual learning allowed them to eat and sneak in a nap. Louisiana cops searching for murder suspects who kidnapped baby. Ghost guns, Nazi paraphernalia, nearly $1 M in meth seized at Pennsylvania home. Father charged with killing wife and propping her up on sofa with sunglasses, told kids mommy's drunk. CNN silent as Jeffrey Toobin has had time off for 6 months following Zoom masturbation scandal. Canadian clinical psychologist tells Tucker why he believes Americans are resilient. Los Angeles Police Department's Dean Joseph condemns reckless rhetoric of lawmakers, implores police to not give up amid exodus. Most Portland riot suspects won't be prosecuted, U.S. Attorney reveals. South Carolina tornado spotted after one person dead in Georgia storm, report. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, May 3rd. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Janet Jackson to auction more than 1,000 items to raise money for child advocacy agency. Baseball report, can Twins Braun Buxton keep hitting like this? Blind baseball, Bronx High School hosts adaptive game for visually impaired players. Stimulus check latest, will you get a fourth relief payment? The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. The biggest divorce since Bezos, Bill and Melinda Gates will have to divide his Microsoft fortune. Gigantic fire erupts on a boatyard near River Thames. Alex Brummer, boom will give way to bust. The Duchess of Cambridge is royally frugal when it comes to fashion. Microsoft founder Bill Gates to divorce Melinda after 27 years of marriage. New York City 1 year after the pandemic, stunning photos show how Big Apple is bouncing back. Magic moments that bring the nation to a standstill are more special than ever. Pubs and restaurants are forced to close as 50 miles per hour winds and torrential rain batter Britain. Cricketer Michael Slater slams Scott Morrison for banning Aussies in India from coming home. Drunken Manchester United fans stormed the Old Trafford dressing room during protests. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Right-wing nationalists fell during the pandemic, but they weren't the only ones. COVID-19 live updates, India's vaccine shortage through last month's, top manufacturer warns. How two young math geeks solve the mystery of Mexico City's COVID-19 dead. As U.S. seeks to outsource immigration enforcement, Mexico gains leverage. Gunman kill dozens in attack in eastern Burkina Faso. Puerto Rican boxer held without bail after lover found dead. Mexico marks end of the last indigenous revolt with apology. EU proposal would allow vaccinated American tourists by the end of June. Chinese man crosses Taiwan Strait by rubber dinghy, seeking freedom and equality. Moderna to supply 500 million vaccine doses to WHO's struggling COVAX initiative. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden increases U.S. refugee cap to 62,500 amid backlash over initial plan, live. Coronavirus live, Boris Johnson urges caution over foreign holidays, Tanzania announces measures to curb variants. Mikel Antonio double boosts West Ham's top 4 hopes with Burnley win. Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce after 27 years. Los Angeles Times names ESPN's Kevin Merida as new executive editor. Colombia braces for further unrest after police react violently to mass protests. Saul Canelo Alvarez, this is the reality of my life, no boxing, no life. Parts of California see May red flag fire warning for first time since 2014. Boxer Felix Verdejo could face death penalty over alleged killing of pregnant woman. Warren Buffett names Greg Abel as next CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Private sector, nonprofits, join U.S. in sending aid to India amid COVID crisis. Bill and Melinda Gates announce they are ending marriage. Woman who didn't know she was pregnant gives birth on flight to Hawaii. Biden pushes education spending plan at stops in Virginia. Shot and a beer, state offers free brews to those who get vaccinated this month. After blowback, Biden again sets refugee cap at 62.5K this fiscal year. Witness rescues girl from Maryland Bay after crash on bridge. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Joe Biden raises Trump refugee cap after outcry. Bill and Melinda Gates divorce after 27 years of marriage. Iraq bans terror prank TV shows. COVAX, how will COVID vaccines be shared around the world? Canadian sign war captivates the internet. Hillary Clinton warns of huge consequences in Afghan U.S. troop withdrawal. Taiwan Strait, claim man who crossed sea in dinghy investigated. Colombia tax protests, at least 17 dead, ombudsman says. India COVID pandemic, Delhi calls for army help amid crisis. We spent 40 days in a cave without sunlight or watches. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP top stories May 3rd p. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, wife Melinda Gates, announced divorce after 27-year marriage. NY hospital donates ventilators to India. More than 100 million people from New Mexico to Delaware at risk of severe weather, including tornadoes, 1 dead. Biden pushes tax hikes to fund education proposals. New York dropping most restrictions, Biden doesn't commit to herd immunity, Novavax trials target kids, live COVID-19 updates. White manager who enslaved black employee should pay double in restitution, court says. Sharpton, withholding Brown video is con game. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood is expanding with Don Quixote. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. OC professor on leave after berating student who calls police heroes. Surprising tsunami triggers may lurk off California's coast, scientists say. So good, at Sophie's Stadium, fans celebrate a real, live concert and a worthy cause. I see nothing but opportunity, meet LA Times new top editor Kevin Merida. Weekend shootings, other violence leave 4 dead, several injured in LA County. LAUSD reopens playgrounds, but even swings and slides are complicated amid COVID-19. LA expands operations at COVID-19 vaccine sites, aims to deliver most weekly shots ever. Honoring the lives lost amid California's COVID-19 death toll of 61,000. California coronavirus case rates keep falling like a rock despite surges in Oregon, Washington. ESPN's Kevin Merritt named LA Times executive editor. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, May 3rd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. 30 people on Air India's flight test COVID positive upon arrival in Italy. South Africa pulls the plug on controversial captive lion industry. Anti-Bolsonaro activist Rodrigo Pilha tortured in jail. Ebola outbreak in Dr. Congo declared to be over. Lithuania's president says nation will never recognize Russia's Crimea annexation. Denmark drops Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine due to concerns over jab side effects. India COVID, Delhi hospitals plead for oxygen as more patients die. Egyptian archaeologists unearth rare tombs dated back to before pharaohs. Turkey says ISIS military leader captured in Istanbul. Deadly oxygen shortages as India nears 20 million cases. Germany's Oktoberfest to be cancelled for second year due to pandemic. Polls put German Green Party in lead 5 months before election. Demand for Taiwanese pineapples in Hong Kong grows 135 times in month after mainland ban. Colombia's president withdrawing tax reforms after mass protests. Migrant workers in Netherlands largely excluded from COVID-19 vaccination program. The next headlines are from Forbes. New England Patriots reportedly exercise Isaiah Wynn's option, locking left tackle in through 2022. NYC may be reopening in May, but Broadway shows won't be back until September. Sheena's Teeman, Super Junior's Yesin and A-Lee, the biggest K-pop solo releases coming in May. Biden may extend pause on student loans beyond September 30, although maybe uphill battle. Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce. Blackpink's How You Like That makes YouTube history. The global chip shortage is America's wake-up call. Disney World relaunching college program in latest reopening move. Biden raises refugee cap to 62,500 after Democratic blowback. Democrats try to censure GOP Rep. Mo Brooks for January 6 speech, now he's using it in Senate ads. The next headlines are from Nature.com. First genetically modified mosquitoes released in the United States. Reactive, reproducible, collaborative, computational notebooks evolve. Scientific success by numbers. Global virus tracker. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,702,745,390 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Golden Globes unveils reforms aimed at addressing HFPA diversity crisis. Mediaset, Vivendi settle 5-year legal dispute. Mayans MC renewed for season 4 at FX. Bill and Melinda Gates to end marriage after 27 years. Will Donald Trump be permanently banned from Facebook? A decision is due this week. Saturday Night Live Season 46 finale to feature Anya Taylor-Joy and Lil Nas X. Jessica Williams, Chris Powell board Love Live Season 2 at HBO Max, show adds new co-showrunner. Goodbye Grammy Awards nomination review committees, and Good Riddance, guest column. Tegan and Sarah High School series from Clea Duvall greenlit at IMDb TV. IMDb TV orders Dick Wolf crime drama series with Luke Bryan and Jeff Lewis. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. U.S., Mexico efforts targeting drug cartels have unraveled, top D official tells NPR. How NPR shattered the old model of broadcast journalism. 1A reflects on the last and next 50 years of NPR. Biden raises refugee cap to 62,500 after earlier criticism. A giant organic farm faces criticism that it's harming the environment. Children now account for 22% of new U.S. COVID cases. Why is that? Roman Colosseum's new floor will give visitors a gladiator's point of view. Former pregnant girl builds support to help other teen moms. EU moves closer to allowing in non-resident vaccinated travelers. The following headlines are from the week. FDA reportedly on the verge of authorizing Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for ages 12 to 15. Biden raises U.S. refugee admission cap to 62,500. Timothée Chalamet is co-hosting the Met Gala. Seriously, what is happening between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck? Al Sharpton delivers passionate eulogy at Andrew Brown's funeral. The Daily Gossip, Marvel releases a gigantic, surprisingly revealing trailer, an update on Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, and more. New Jersey is offering free beer in exchange for getting vaccinated. The Weeknd to continue Grammys boycott despite key rule change. Congressional hearing derailed for over 20 minutes is audio from Galaxy Quest plays. One of the world's best restaurants is taking meat off the menu. Does it signal a looming battle? The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Robert Bullard isn't done yet. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers are watching a gas giant grow, right in front of their eyes. Black hole neutron star collisions could finally settle the different measurements over the expansion rate of the universe. Chinese company claims to be working on a Starship-like rocket. Instead of Betelgeuse, keep your eye on AG Carini, another star that's about to go supernova. Breakthrough Listen searched for signals from intelligent civilizations near the center of the Milky Way. Are we seeing a star that just got spaghettified? These are the news headlines for today, Monday, May 3rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Venus and the Owl, from California. SpaceX Starship SN-15 first test flight cancelled. Eta Aquarii meteors due to peak May 4, 5, 6. The next news is from Politico. EU takes AstraZeneca to court for vaccine doses and revenge. United Kingdom tools up against China's intel gathering. Moderna commits up to 500 vaccine doses to COVAX. How Washington changed in Biden's first 100 days. Blinken hails UK alliance but stresses need for stability in Northern Ireland. Caitlyn Jenner sit down with Hannity will be town hall event in Malibu. Biden White House reverses on its refugee cap reversal. Top general drops opposition to change in sexual assault policy. It's an active war, Trump's acting Pentagon chief urges Biden to tackle directed energy attacks. Biden administration picks Richard Cordray to oversee federal student loans. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Overnight deluge breaks rain records in parts of state. CSL open to new manufacturing options after AstraZeneca production. Little Perth boy found after he went missing with his dad. Second Steele dossier on Donald Trump's sexual exploits produced for FBI. Best of Cartoons, May 4, 2021. Blood on your hands, PM labels Slater's India ban comments absurd. Pfizer BioNTech jab to be approved for younger teens in US next week. Barty cruises into quarterfinals in Madrid. Tesla and Elon Musk are on thin ice with China. Bill and Melinda Gates split after 27 years of marriage. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Deep dive, home builder stocks are in a sweet spot, and they're getting cheaper as earnings and sales estimates rise. Warren Buffett baffles many on green energy, what about heir apparent Greg Abel? Smile Direct stock drops after cybersecurity incident, financial repercussions disclosed. Fed's Williams says inflation to top 2% for rest of the year but decline after economy is recovered. The fight over salt is heating up, what's next? Newswatch, the stock market is inching toward euphoria, warn analysts at BofA. Richard Cordray to oversee America's $1.5 trillion student loan portfolio. Market snapshot, Dow, S&P 500 book gains to kick off May as investors focus on supply chain bottlenecks, Fed talk. Personal Finance Daily, Richard Cordray to oversee America's $1.5 trillion student loan portfolio, and these relocation programs offer unique incentives to inspire your big move. The Tell, the world risks running out of copper, and here's how high prices may rise as the economy reopens, BofA warns. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. TSMC files record number of patents for inventions, Taipei Times. Conformis sues J&J unit for joint surgery tool patent royalties, Bloomberg Law. AbbVie CEO is on deck as antitrust hearings heat up, the Center for Biosimilars. As global pandemic worsens, U.S. keeps blocking vaccine patent waivers amid big pharma lobbying, Democracy Now! Invoke emergency license rules to rapidly ramp up COVID-19 vaccine production, moneycontrol.com. 12 University of Malta researchers granted patents since 2020, Times of Malta. Women Inventor Series 5 Maria Telks, Lixology. Nokia ranked top in 5G patents, IT Online. SHH, they're listening, inside the coming voice profiling revolution, Rappler. Right to repair is bad for your health, The Wall Street Journal. The next headlines are from Quartz. In the UK's biggest TV drama in decades, cops are the villains. Prime has never been more important to Amazon. Ready or not, we need to start talking about menopause in the workplace. Employee stock ownership has arrived on Africa's startup scene. WTO vaccine talks, Apple versus Epic, Coliseum floor. How the wealthy seem to immigrate as they please. Who are the CDC's new guidelines really for? Oscar-winning My Octopus Teacher is a complicated success for South Africa. Where are India's celebrated billionaires in its hour of need? A complete guide to the future of the IPO. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Only 14% of Americans think communities shouldn't be allowed to build their own broadband networks. Rap Lauren Boebert decides to Streisand parody site making fun of her, threatens to take legal action against it. What 3 words sends ridiculous legal threat to security researcher over open source alternative? Daily Deal, the CompTIA security infrastructure expert bundle. Hollywood's lobbyists so afraid of any public benefit from intellectual property that they're trying to block COVID vaccine sharing. Roku users lose access to YouTube TV as dumb contract fights shift from cable TV to streaming. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Will Smith. Greg Abel. Bill Gates. Eternals. Atlanta tornado. Cinco de Mayo. Ethereum price. Rebel Wilson. Lakers. American Idol. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Flip meets flop, Biden reverses course on refugee policy after criticism, quadruples cap to 62,500 despite border crisis. Bill Gates and wife Melinda to divorce after 27 years together and building a $127 billion fortune. As states start opening up, Democrat mayor bans dancing and standing at weddings in Washington, D.C. Florida takes vaccine passport ban a step further as governor signs bill into law, halts all local COVID-19 restrictions in state. AOL and Yahoo still exist. Private equity firm Apollo agrees to buy 2 relics of early internet days for $5 billion. Kuwait forbids unvaccinated citizens from traveling outside the country. Is this all he does? Complain, fans rip whining LeBron as Lakers star says someone should be fired for NBA postseason plans. United against the Glazers, how long-running resentment from Man Utd fans reached boiling point against billionaire U.S. owners. Now bow down, Romelu Lukaku goes Zlatan in thinly veiled jibe as Inter Milan revel in first Serie A title in 11 years. Biden administration wants to use third-party extremism researchers to spy on Americans, media. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Peruvian presidential frontrunner says he'll see 70% of profits from overseas businesses. Officer who shot Ashley Babbitt on January 6 didn't issue warning first, lawyer. Biden tells Mossad chief U.S. not close to deal while Iran says sanctions about to be lifted. Vaccine passports are coming to sports venues. Biden hikes refugee admission cap to 62,500 after outcry from progressives. Bill and Melinda Gates getting divorce. Insights into risk, Taliban Tyson. Liquidity tsunami ends with a bang. Treasury expects just $100 billion in cash injections next 2 months. Crypto and gold jump as dollar dumps, stocks and bonds rise. Here are the best performing assets in April and YTD. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Colombia protests continue after government withdraws tax reform. How can reliable news be accessed? Biden raises refugee admissions cap to 62,500 after criticism. Myanmar rebels say they downed military helicopter. Warren doubts slow COVID vaccination in disputed Yemen city. U.S. Fed chief highlights inequality clouding brightened outlook. Libya's top diplomat calls on Turkey to withdraw foreign fighters. India COVID cases soar as oxygen, vaccine shortages continue. Digital dollar project to pilot U.S. central bank digital currency. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Thousands attend no more lockdown rodeo rally in Canada. California makes 63K violent convicts eligible for early prison release. Al Sharpton to Tim Scott, the practice of America was built on racism. Anti-critical race theory school curriculum candidates win big in Texas town with 70% of vote. NBA chief Adam Silver calls NBA's relationship with China a net plus. Pope Francis tells Vax Live concert goers to abandon individualism. Cori Bush, Black Lives Matter protests occur because America is racist AF. Exclusive David Ray, the U.S. is an accomplice to the largest child trafficking operation in U.S. history. Second Michigan state rep arrested for drunk driving in last month. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser bans dancing at outdoor weddings. The next headlines are from UPI News. North Carolina man wins his second $1 million lottery jackpot. Look, trapped horse rescued after floor of barn stall gives out. Watch, gymnast performs 36 consecutive one-handed backflips. Watch, conservation officials catch 6-foot, 10-inch sturgeon in Michigan. Watch, Galaxy Quest audio plays over House subcommittee hearing. Watch, Idaho men break Guinness record for throwing and catching flower lays. Watch, Connecticut commuter records coyote running on the highway. Watch, North Carolina man breaks record with 3,050 push-ups in 1 hour. Watch, alligator napping under parked car takes broom joy ride back to pond. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Making contact, preparing for the new realities of extraterrestrial existence. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Prancer, the demonic chihuahua who went viral, finds dream forever home. Elderly man gets lessons on hair and makeup to help struggling wife with failing vision. Meteor shower from Halley's Comet set to peak in night sky this week. New smart farming robot unveiled that smokes weeds with high-powered lasers for healthy weeding. The Manta sailing yacht is designed to feed on plastic waste for power while cleaning oceans. World's first laundry detergent made from industrial carbon emissions launched by Unilever. Sister makes video for the classmates of her brother with autism who is starting first grade, and it's adorably helpful. Joint venture with Love's Truck Stops will produce 18 gallons of renewable biodiesel made from 100% waste. Australia announces $100 million initiative to protect our oceans. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, May 3rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Galaxy Quest audio plays over House subcommittee hearing. Osama bin Laden's son is a painter. America is his muse. Students get Jeff Goldblum's attention with assignments. How many free school meals would a new royal yacht pay for? 6-year-old boy dies after being fatally injured from SeaWorld penguin toy. Northern woman gathers Arctic sea salts that have a very intense, clean, salty taste. Mix up at Piracy Talk as WI put on fancy dress piracy at sea. I'm so sorry, pet cow wrangled, returned after escaping onto Houston freeway. Man arrested at Kid Rock's bar for removing colostomy bag and swinging it around. Boycott calls over Sainsbury's disgraceful cream tea photo. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How politicians manipulate the masses with simple AI. Scooter operator Voi will fine users for unsafe parking. Facebook oversight board to announce if it'll reverse Trump ban on May 5th. Massive stellar flare from our closest star is a bad sign for aliens. MG wants your money to build its first electric sports car. Become a Cisco certified business networking expert for less than $70. The Sickle AI-powered music visualizer gives your music a whole new dimension. Here's how you should onboard developers. Range anxiety got you down? Save cash and go farther with our guide to hypermiling. Self-driving robot taxis are now an actual thing in China. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Plastic pollution in the deep sea, a geological perspective. Mutant corn gene boosts sugar in seeds, leaves, may lead to breeding better crop. Using social values for profit cheapens them, a new study cautions. Stable, efficient, anode-free sodium battery. Local impacts from fracking the Eagle Ford. Solar development, super bloom or super bust for desert species? Revealing the secret cocoa pollinators. Intranasal influenza vaccine enhances immune response and offers broad protection. Mating with relatives, not a big deal in nature. Cell atlas of stony corals is boost for coral reef conservation efforts. The next headlines are from Information Week. Deep AI verticalization, no silver bullets. Demystifying quantum computing, road ahead for commercialization. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, May 3rd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Vice President Harris swears in NASA Administrator Senator Bill Nelson. NASA SpaceX Crew 1 astronauts to answer questions after return to Earth. Johnson Space Center Director Mark Geier moves to new role. NASA invites media to next SpaceX cargo launch to space station. Crew 1 astronauts safely splashed down after space station mission. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Man dies while competing in St. George Triathlon. Only 228 new cases of COVID-19 in Utah, and no new deaths. Former President Donald Trump calls Romney stone cold loser. Governor's water conservation order curbs sprinkler use at state facilities. After big NFL draft weekend, Bio now has a solid foundation to build on. Reaching herd immunity is unlikely in the U.S., experts now believe. The Utah men's basketball roster has been a revolving door since Craig Smith's arrival. Here's where things stand. Man United violence is the peak of what has become toxic fan-owner relationship. A baby is born on an SLC flight to Hawaii, with a physician and NICU nurses lucky to be on board. Utah's largest fire of 2020 torched the Oontis South Slope, but it may have done some good. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. eBay says it's open to accepting cryptocurrencies in future, exploring NFTs. iFixit tears 2 down Apple's AirTag, finds a great spot for a keychain hole. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates end their marriage after 27 years. Will Virgin Galactic ever lift off? Apple is reportedly working on a foldable iPhone for 2023. Sony really hated PS4 crossplay, confidential documents reveal. Ether hits $3,000 as Bitcoin's crypto dominance declines. Japan is opening its first ever esports gym. Apple's App Store had 78% margin in 2019, Epic expert says. Reaching herd immunity is unlikely in the U.S., experts now believe. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Nationwide chlorine shortage making a splash, will it affect your summer fun? St. Louis City, county restaurants can open 100%, customers aren't 100% sure they'll go back just yet. St. Peter's police thank people for running to help an injured officer. Bill and Melinda Gates to divorce after 27 years of marriage. Search for hit-and-run vehicle after man killed in Franklin County. Sheryl Crow shares a story about losing her teeth in St. Louis. Missouri reports 225 COVID cases, 0 virus deaths on Monday. Wainwright returns to lineup for tonight's game after going on COVID IL. Monthly Midwest Economy Survey Index soars to all-time high. Keep your phone charged tonight to be alerted to possible severe weather. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. House Committee grills top Marines about fatal AAV training accident. Man sentenced 4 years for Sherman Heights pedestrian death. Marvel unveils new titles, release dates and footage from several films. Herd immunity to COVID-19 unlikely in U.S., experts say. Smartphone use is contagious, study finds. As summer approaches, pool owners may face chlorine shortage. Garbage truck driver helps rescue 9 ducklings on I-8. Fight over food at convenience store leads to shooting. Coast Guard suspends search where suspected smuggling boat capsized. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army awards $146.80 M contract to Oshkosh for tactical trucks. Italian Air Force deploys 4 F-35A stealth fighters to Estonia. U.S. Army fields advanced version of Stryker missile carrier. U.S. tells Congress of plans to sell CH-47F Chinook helicopters to Australia. French nuclear-powered submarine-fired Exocet SM-39 cruise missile. India cleared to buy additional P-8I maritime patrol aircraft. Australia to buy latest Abrams tank version. Hanwha Defense ready to offer new light tank to Indian Army. Russian heavy flamethrowing launcher crashes into guardrail. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Philippines foreign minister tweets profane insults at China over maritime dispute. Perverted or provocative, installation by fake panty thief pulled from Chinese art contest. Guangdong Southern Tigers win 11th CBA championship. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, May 3rd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Here's when the FDA will reportedly authorize Pfizer vaccines for kids. These Bay Area counties could soon move to the yellow tier. Bill and Melinda Gates divorcing after 27-year marriage. Bay Area weather, here's how hot it's going to get. COVID-19 study from Oxford, UC Berkeley finds higher risk to pregnant women than previously known. Alameda County to raise fire weather flags to warn of danger. Rob Black's winners and losers, AOL and Yahoo sale. 4 arrested in connection with Fremont stabbing involving 8 people. Crone 4 morning buzz, happy 100th birthday, John Diego. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pritzker says state might ease more COVID-19 restrictions soon. Antonio returns to earn West Ham 2-1 win over Burnley in EPL. Starbucks transforms downtown Naperville store into restaurant-style concept. Top general drops opposition to change in sex assault policy. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate their lives. Judson University bids farewell to seniors killed in crash. Disney Princess, the concert to play Rosemont in March 2022. Bears release starting left tackle Charles Leno. Report into LaSalle home deaths raises questions about criminal probe. Illinois economy shrinks 4% in 2020 despite fourth quarter growth. Suburban school districts step up efforts to vaccinate teens. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 17.73 km, in Mongolia March 5, 2021, 8:46 UTC, about 17,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 189.23 km, in Japan March 5, 2021, 5:07 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, May 3rd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 5 face federal smuggling charge after nearly 100 people found huddled inside Southwest Houston home. Former Harris Company deputy charged with intentionally injuring a man suffering mental health crisis. SWAT officers take down armed man after hours-long standoff in southwest Houston. Grandmother of 9 dies as she was hit on her walk in Pearland. Ramen makes me so happy. COVID-19 vaccine myths. These reasons for not getting a shot don't hold up. In fact, they'll set the U.S. back. HPD patrol vehicle involved in crash on the East X freeway. Hunt on for woman charged with murder 1 year after innocent 5-year-old hit by stray bullet. Our America, Asian Voices official trailer. How the COVID surge in India is hitting close to home in Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Cowboys decline Vander Esch option, creating intrigue at LB. Dodger Downer, picture Dustin May to have Tommy John surgery. Gophers get guard Luke Lowy, William and Mary grad transfer. Judge hears closing arguments in NRA bankruptcy trial. Biden promotes education spending at stops in Virginia. U.S. appeals court to consider Idaho transgender athletes ban. San Diego boat wreck kills 3, shows risks of ocean smuggling. Browns take chance on Malik McDowell, DT with trouble past. Louisiana House wants parishes to help pay state levy debt. Judge asked to halt dredges during sea turtle nesting season. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you're not still awkward at dating. Met Gala returns September 2021, with Timothée Chalamet, Billie Eilish, Amanda Gorman, and Naomi Osaka as co-chairs. Elon Musk, Keegan-Michael Key and Anya Taylor-Joy to host final SNL episodes of season. ICE jailer in New Jersey is sued by its landlord, claiming unsafe conditions. New York to reopen without most capacity restrictions by May 19. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. The fight isn't over, legal weed activists parade giant joint around NYC. Bronx man arrested for alleged vandalism spree at Riverdale Jewish centers. 24-hour subway service will finally resume on May 17. Early edition, CDC says needle anxiety causing people to faint, not J&J vaccine. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Global e-commerce jumps to $26.7 trillion, fueled by COVID-19. Latest deadly Ebola virus outbreak in Dr. Congo declared over. UN Women launches new program to foster economic participation in care industry. Free press a cornerstone of democratic societies, UN says. Is press freedom incompatible with gender empowerment? Says Ahari, unsung Mandela of press freedom. UN chief welcomes return to electoral agreement in Somalia. UN condemns deadly attack at guest house in Afghanistan. Overcoming COVID myths and fears in Malawi. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. U.S. Space Force Chief Scientist, human augmentation is now necessary. Nashville woman unable to walk claims Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is to blame. Exposed, Facebook's independent COVID fact-checker site factcheck.org funded by $1.9 billion vaccine lobby Great Game India. Bill Gates, China, 23andMe, and your DNA. Has Washington lured Erdogan into their trap? Biden administration cancels military-funded border wall projects. 80 groups blast U.S. interference in Mexico's phase-out of glyphosate and GM corn. Guess who's testifying in Congress? U.S. troops must stay in Afghanistan forever? Central Intelligence Agency recruitment ad ridiculed for overdosing on woke talking points. as European Parliament approves vaccine certificate, document proves plans in the works since 2019. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Michael Collins joke that Neil Armstrong should scream and cut her mic during moon landing? Bobby Unser, 87, Indy 500 champ in great racing family, dies. Did a demon appear at Biden's speech? Is this a real video of octopus aggression? Is Obama speaking at a Benghazi memorial dedication? Did the Duggars cut a Trump 2020 feet sign in their lawn? Did an image file titled Mexico Did It Spread malware? Does Disneyland Haunted Mansion have a secret entrance? Traveling owl, man drives hours with bird in truck's grill. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Mummified cultist's corpse found with glitter makeup but no eyes. Biden raises cap on refugee admissions after outrage. Fox News finds its dumb new outrage. Woke mob is canceling a Snow White theme park ride. First battle of war, Ohio man planned to attend second Capitol riot after January 6 siege, prosecutors say. ESPN executive Kevin Merida to take over as LA Times top editor. Trump lawyers up for the Capitol Police officers' MAGA riot lawsuit. My 5 favorite meals, artist Mark Kostobi. Arresting Capitol rioters won't stop hardcore extremists. Son of Sam serial killer, I didn't act alone. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Army vet rep mast blasts Pentagon for denying permit for Rolling Thunder event. Netflix horror film inspired by New York axe murder. Chicago schools chief plans to leave post later this year. Hawaiians frustrated by slow repairs years after volcano eruption. Cleveland mayor allegedly uses status to protect gang member grandson. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot I, Chandra spots evidence for long-standing theory of how stars explode. Snapshot I, live fast, die young. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. All U.S. adults now eligible for COVID-19 vaccine. Humanitarian groups send medical supplies to India amid COVID crisis. How beef and other foods impact health and environment. SpaceX to launch 4 American civilians on historic 3-day voyage around Earth. Meet the crew of the world's first all-civilian space mission. COVID-19 infections are down in most states. SpaceX conducts rare nighttime water landing of its Crew Dragon astronauts. COVID deaths and cases surge in new peak worldwide. Japanese waste disposal company transitions into recycling and restoration. Nearly 40% of adults in the U.S. have been vaccinated. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Deep-sea discoveries that show huge ancient cities exist on the ocean floor. Prince Philip was super into aliens and UFOs, apparently. DARPA Draco program, the future of nuclear propulsion in space. Here's the Pentagon's terrifying plan for cyborg super soldiers. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. With NYC mayoral primary just weeks away, Ray McGuire takes swing at Yang, ambiguous on Stringer scandal. NYC bus lanes, love M or hate M, mayoral candidate Catherine Garcia says she can speed up traffic. New York lawmakers extend COVID eviction moratorium through August. Family of young girl mauled by pit bull asking for funeral donations. Wisconsin restaurant shooter who killed 2 was fired employee, sheriff says. No criminal charges for Iram Monserrate after probe of 2020 campaign activity. Andrew Yang, focusing on water, burnishes hard hat platform. Amid exodus of support, Stringer lands endorsement of Teamsters Local 237. Cuomo cautions against faith in anything uncovered by AG James sexual harassment probe. Bill and Melinda Gates announce they're divorcing. The following headlines are from military.com. Air Force creates LGBTQA, indigenous focus groups to address diversity issues. Supreme Court Justice castigates FAIR's doctrine, court in military rape case. Commandant pens Marine 2-star who went unpunished after AAV disaster. Coast Guard Academy will get commencement address from Biden. A new battle campaign, museum fights to stay at Fort Gordon. 82nd Airborne paratrooper faces charges related to gunfight at Syrian checkpoint. Pickle Rick Air Force flight call sign in Mideast pays homage to Rick and Morty. At least 3 killed, many hurt in boat capsize off San Diego. Philippines protests blocking of its patrol ships by China. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Durbin, Duckworth ask federal VA to ensure Illinois veterans' homes have proper disease planning, protocols after stinging report on LaSalle home, where 36 died from COVID-19. Laundromat vaccines, Chicago officials trying to figure out how to find people who still need the shots. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Pritzker says state could reopen a bit more next week as COVID-19 hospital admissions tick down, 2,049 new cases and 28 deaths reported Monday. DuPage County judge orders Elmhurst Hospital to allow COVID-19 patient to receive controversial medication. Corrections and clarifications. It's official, the Thompson Center is up for sale. Gary officials looking for causes of weekend fires, city firefighters, other departments battled 15-18 blazes. Walgreens offering walk-up COVID-19 vaccinations at mobile clinic in Chicago. Man told witness watch what I'm going to do before he drove pickup into group in Logan Square because he was angered by yuppies with dogs, prosecutors say. Valparaiso man killed in South Haven standoff with police. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Bill Nelson, head of NASA, hails new day in space. Previously unrecognized tsunami hazard identified in coastal cities. Unraveling the mystery of dinoflagellate genomic architecture. Flexible, easy-to-scale nanoribbons move graphene toward use in tech applications. Team creates microbe to turn waste into useful chemicals. Northern Red Sea corals pass heat stress test with flying colors. Sequence genome of extinct date palms germinated from 2,000-year-old seeds. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, May 3rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Dodgers-Cubs game postponed, split doubleheader Tuesday. AP fact check, Biden overstates how many Americans immunized. Vikings decline 5th-year option on injury hampered CBUs. Day 1 of the end of the U.S. war in Afghanistan. Campaigns for and against recall of Seattle Council solid gear up as signature gathering begins. Brewers activate Yelich and Kane from IL, send down Haya. CVS and Walgreens have wasted more vaccine doses than most states combined. Magic coach Clifford clears protocols to return Wednesday. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Lily James has a lot to say about Dominic West scandal, just not yet. SF Giants Rockies postponement sets up challenging doubleheader decisions with new format. Review, Berkeley reps the waves as an impressive near miss. Man found dead in vehicle on shoulder of I-680 in Pleasant Hill. Following weeks of backlash, Biden raises refugee cap to 62,500. Giant dance music festival set to rock the Bay Area in September. Shanahan, Trey Lance not in position yet to compete with 49ers starter Jimmy Garoppolo. Bay Area man convicted of murdering Alameda County Sheriff's explorer in jealousy-fueled stabbing. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Las Vegas Convention Center to host drive-through vaccinations. Death penalty overturned for California mom who killed 4. Athlete dies while swimming in Utah Ironman competition. Treasury announces plans to borrow $463 billion this quarter. Democratic Socialists the biggest obstacles to bipartisanship on Capitol Hill. Review, Human Factor gets personal about Mideast peace. AP source, Cavs to sign Joe after getting NBA exception. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Your car is spying on you, and a CBP contract shows the risks. Border Police wants a bite of burgeoning anti-drone industry. New documentary Exterminate All the Brutes was 500 years of genocide in the making. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, May 3, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Reduction in wetland areas will affect Afrotropical migratory waterbirds. Tailor-made therapy of multi-resistant tuberculosis. Strong and flexible cofactors. Patient characteristics, COVID-19 in hospital mortality in us during COVID-19. Housing subsidies reduce healthcare costs for vulnerable veterans. Researchers wirelessly record human brain activity during normal life activities. Team from UTC.mp4 identify unique characteristics of human neurons. Bilab develops stable, efficient, anode-free sodium battery. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Watch what I'm going to do, motorist allegedly boasted before plowing into crowd in Logan Square. White Sox CF Luis Robert out at least 12 weeks with grade 3 hip flexor strain. Man killed in Berwyn's shooting. Dodgers-Cubs game postponed because of inclement weather. 86% of alerts from city's gunshot detection system led to dead-end deployments, researchers find. Keegan-Michael Key, Second City and Mad TV alum, to host SNL. Bears release left tackle Charles Leno. Pritzker says bridge phase before full reopening could come next week. Common view is that Illinois has weathered the storm. Sky's Candace Parker impressed by new teammates and organization after first week of training camp. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, May 3, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Shuts on the House, Houston Music Foundation hosts vaccine drive. Houston area hospitals and IRFs are packed as patients return at pre-pandemic levels. 4 thoughts on the Houston Texans 2021 NFL Draft. This week in Houston food events, sip a frozen flight the Cinco de Mayo. 10 most intriguing songs Van Halen covered in their club days. Houston Ballet returns in force and yes Virginia, there is a nutcracker. The next headlines are about world records making news. It was a wild weekend in sports, thegame730am.com. Cristina Francone from Italy sets 2 new CMAS dynamic free diving world records, sportalsub.net. As Olympic Games approach, Swimming World magazine. Portugal's record-breaking 516 Aruca Bridge opens Smart News, Smithsonian Magazine. Global Village makes history by breaking 25th Guinness World Records title, Saudi Gazette. After 9-hour fight, Texas fisherman catches record 876-pound bluefin tuna, Houston Chronicle. Largest Orthodox iconostasis, Romania's National Cathedral sets World Record Academy. Address Beach Resort, the world's highest infinity pool has opened in Dubai, CNN. Marine Corps veteran demolishes 30-year-old world record for most push-ups in an hour, Bro Bible. Farmer couple in Colombia grows mango weighing 4.25 kilograms, makes it to Guinness World Record, News 18. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Child sexual abuse site with 400,000 users shut down by a multinational task force. Lego's 2,354-piece space shuttle Discovery is worth every penny. Tom Hanks' new sci-fi film from Game of Thrones Miguel Sapochnik moves to Apple. What it really means that the US won't reach herd immunity. Future of American democracy hangs in balance and or doesn't. The EPA takes first step to reduce some of the most dangerous greenhouse gases on Earth. Invincible's Season 1 finale was about the fight everyone should be ready for. PlayStation and Discord are teaming up. 60 million stars and not one alien detected. Hardware hacker breaks the DRM on a mini dishwasher. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Bernie in -Pink County at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at -99.94 degrees Fahrenheit or -73.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Yet another Google AI leader has defected to Apple. Ajit Pai joins American Enterprise Institute and a firm that invests in internet service providers. Apple reports to iOS 0 days that let hackers compromise fully patched devices. Technician for water company linked to liver failure says his dog got liver illness. EPA to eliminate climate superpollutants from refrigerators, air conditioners. Verizon agrees to sell Yahoo and AOL to private equity firm for $5 billion. Epic vs. Apple trial starts today, here's what to expect. For lunar cargo delivery, NASA accepts risk in return for low prices. Kroger will begin drone deliveries in Ohio this week. The following headlines are from Raw Story. GOP can't whitewash what happened on January 6 and accept the poison of Trump's lies, Liz Cheney. White anti-masker slammed for comparing herself to Rosa Parks, I'm getting pushed to the back of the bus. Asian woman beaten with hammer by anti-masker says mother feared her living in U.S. due to anti-Asian hate. Senate Judiciary Chair zeroes in on the FBI's troubling failures before the Capitol riot. Republicans sabotaged America's hopes to reach herd immunity to end pandemic. Insurrectionist counting ballots at Arizona audit is a known liar, report. Opportunistic Joe Manchin blasted for single-handedly preventing progress in America. Former FBI official anticipates Rudy is going to be hung out to dry as investigation advances. Texas Republicans seek to punish companies that divest from fossil fuels, report. Billionaires Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The pushback worked. Biden will raise the refugee cap to what he originally promised. Biden administration begins process of reunifying separated families. Today is World Press Freedom Day. Here are 3 ways to strengthen and support it. Why body cameras can still fail to hold police accountable. City's climate conundrum, how to shift from gas to electric? People are pulling some real weird-ass crap out of rivers these days. New polls, it turns out Americans like a normal, boring president. The GOP really doesn't want Washington, D.C., to be a state. Cindy McCain to Republicans, the election is over. As Alaska's glaciers disappear, so goes the rest of the planet's ice. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Undergraduates explore practical applications of artificial intelligence, MIT News. How the Human Brain Compute Time Flow by Jean-Marc Buchert predict May 2021, Medium. How to stop feeling so stressed, Forbes. Getting started with Ned Plus 4 infusions, with Prime 4 Hydration and Wellness of Lehigh, Utah, iNews. New Cochlear Copilot app to help adults improve hearing outcomes through skills training, PR Newswire. Alzheimer's disease, Technology Times Pakistan. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, May 3, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO photographed over Worcester. FRMR Senator Harry Reid told Lockheed Martin possesses UFO material. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, May 3, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.